In class 12 business studies, we are on chapter number 9, that is financial management. And in financial management chapter, we already completed the meaning and need of financial management, as well as the major decisions taken by financial managers, which are known as financing decisions. So financial decisions are of three types: investing decision, financing decision, and third is dividend decision. Investing decision, investment decision, which is also known as capital budgeting decisions, where to invest in long term or in working capital, that is an investment decision. Then yesterday we have done financing decision, debt and equity, from where to borrow, own sources or borrowed sources. So if you want to learn about these, you can see the prior videos. Now come on, dividend decision. Dividend decision means how much amount or how much part of the company wants to keep as reserve and how much part of the profits as to company distribute as dividend. So dividend decision is the third decision. If you are a finance manager of a company, how many decisions you have to take? This type of question will come in your exam. What are these decisions? What factors will you keep in mind while taking these decisions? Every year, one question from this topic will come in boards. So today we are on DD, means dividend decision. So look at this screen, then you will be able to understand and make your own short notes. First of all, dividend decision. Dividend decision means they decide about retained earnings, means as reserves, and distribute as dividend to the shareholders. So in that decision, you will take two decisions. See, dividend decision. That question is of 1 mark, if that will come and fill in the blank. Dividend decision is concerned with dash, disposal of profit. Mohit Bhandari, please switch your video on. Harshita, please make your own notes in summarized way, because in the books that is given in a very tough language, here I have made for you. Mohit Bhandari, please switch your video on. Mehul Bansal. Dividend decision is concerned with the disposal of profits. It means part of profit which is to be kept as reserve, that is retained earning, and the part of the profit which is distributed to the shareholders, it is known as dividend. So here is the role of financial management, that how much is to be retained earning, means how much amount to be kept as reserve and what amount would be distributed as dividend. Because shareholders will always get the return in form of dividend. So, dividend decision is concerned with the disposal of profit. Disposal of profit means how much amount to be distributed as profits and how much to be kept as reserve. So, my dear children, you can look at the board. Dividend decision means two decisions in that part. How much profit to be distributed as dividend and how much amount of profit is to be kept as reserves, which is known as retained earnings. Retained earnings means what is the profit to be kept as reserve for future requirement. So generally it is dividend decision means dispersal or dispose of profits. Note down please. So two things you will keep in mind. Part of profit which is kept for reserve is known as retained earning, and part of profit which is distributed to the shareholders is known as dividend. Now, what are the factors which affects dividend decision? See, this is the dividend decision. And what are the factors will you keep in mind while taking dividend decision? First of all, now look at the screen, you will be able to understand amount of earnings. The dividend means profit, part of profit. It depends always on the profits of the current year. If the earnings are high, dividend will also high. The first is earnings. So dividend decision mainly affected by the earnings. If the earnings are high, the dividend will also be high. First point is earnings. Earnings means the part of profit. If the profit is high, the dividend will be high. If profit is less, the company will give less dividend. So it always depends on the amount of profit. Then stability of earning. If earning of the companies are stable, they will get higher dividend. The first is amount of earnings. Second, stability of earnings. See, if the company is earning stable profit, then they will give higher dividend. Like Infosys and Wipro, they have stable earnings generally. They are having profits from many years continuously. So if they have stability, then those companies who have stable earnings, they will give higher dividends. And those companies who don't have stable earnings, their earnings are unstable. Some year they have losses, in some they have profits. Generally, they face losses. Then in that case, they will not distribute dividend. Stability of dividend. It will improve the confidence of shareholders and higher reputation of the company. See, my dear children, if the company is giving stable dividend from many years like Reliance, Tata, they are giving stable dividend. So generally shareholders will prefer those shares or those companies or investment they made in those companies who are giving them stable dividend because they have confidence in that companies and these companies have higher reputation in the share market as well as in the mind of investors. Stable dividend always attracts those people, those who want stable income or retired or aged people. Generally, they don't want to take risk. They want stable income at their retirement of their. So they generally prefer those companies, those giving stable dividend. So stability of dividend will increase the confidence of shareholders. Then growth opportunities. Growth opportunities means that if company is having growth opportunities in future, they will declare less dividend in present because they will keep higher amount of profits as a reserve for expansion projects. So, stability of earnings, stability of dividend, then growth opportunities or growth prospectus. As I told you, if company is having growth in future, they will declare dividend less in present. Why? Because they will keep some part of profits as retained earnings, as reserves for future expansion projects. As when I started the topic, I told you dividend decision is divided into two parts. how much amount should we keep as retained earning and how much amount should we distribute as dividend. So it depends on the company how much they have to keep as reserve and how much they have to distribute as dividend. So if they have better growth opportunity, they will keep more amount in reserves for expansion projects. Next is, as in the few earlier also in all the part, I told you that cash flow position is the major factor which affects all the decisions. Investing, financing as well as dividend. You can learn this point. That point will be in all the three parts. Cash flow position. If the cash flow position is strong enough, then the company is able to pay the dividend regularly. Because cash must be available for the declaration of dividend. Do you know what is dividend? Dividend is the part of profit which a company declares and gives to shareholders as a return. And what is retained earning? Retained earning is the part of profit which is company keep as reserve for future requirements. Cash flow position also affects dividend decision as it affects financing decision as well as investment decision, because if the cash flow position is strong, inflow of cash is on regular basis, that company is capable to pay the dividends regularly. That's why if the cash flow position is strong, the company can declare dividend and shareholders will get the amount of dividend as return on their investment. But if cash flow position is not strong, it takes long time to inflow and outflow. Duration is long, cycle is long. Then in that case, it is not feasible for the company. The company is unable to declare the dividend. Shareholders' preference. Just now I told you. Few shareholders want to get regular income. Those who are retired, those who want to get regular income, they will always prefer regular dividends. Because they don't want to take risk. Just now I told you. So generally the companies see the shareholders' preference. In their AGM or in their annual general meeting, shareholders will inform the companies what they want. They want bonus shares or they want dividends. So it depends on the preference of the shareholders. See, in Infosys and Wipro, generally shareholders demand bonus shares. But in few companies we can say, or it depends on the shareholders' choice, they give the vote accordingly, they give the opinion accordingly. If they want regular income from their investment, hence at least a minimum dividend may be distributed every year. Okay. So those persons who are retired, who want to get regular income, they always prefer those shares who are giving them regular income. So the companies also keep in mind that point, that what the shareholders prefer. If they prefer regular income, company will declare dividend regularly. If shareholders are ready for future benefits, they can keep it as reserves. Taxation policy. The major point, in my opinion, for declaration of dividend is taxation. If tax is higher, the company will declare less dividend because the maximum part of the dividend will be in the TDS, tax deducted source. So generally, tax, if the rate of tax is higher, company will declare less dividend. But the dividends are free of tax in the hands of the shareholders. Just now I told you, because tax deducted source only at the point where the company declared it. So, in the present tax policy, shareholders may demand higher dividend. As we are the investors, we are the shareholders, we always prefer higher dividend because the tax paid by the company at TDS. So it depends on the taxation policy. What is the policy of the government? If the tax rate is higher, company will declare less dividend because the maximum part of the dividend will be paid as TDS, tax deducted source. It's simple to understand. If tax is higher, dividend will be less. Otherwise, tax imposition will be higher on that tax. Okay? In that case, company will keep maximum part of profits as reserve, as retained earnings. Then, this is the point also we discussed from last two classes. Stock market reaction. Yesterday also I told you there are two conditions of market. Bullish market and bearish market. Bullish market means everything is high trend, rising trend, and bearish market means at low or decreasing trend. So, yes, expansion and growth opportunities are the separate point. Don't include it in. It's stock market relation means share market. Generally, the dividend declaration status is basis on the stock market reaction. If the market is on bullish trend, if the market is on positive impact, if the market is on increasing trend, if the economy is on the higher trend, then the rate of dividend will be high. But at present, you can see daily you are seeing the market is not on bullish trend, bearish trend. You can see the yesterday's Sensex. Bearish trend means everything is decreasing. Shareholders are not ready to invest in the share market. Then at stock market reaction is bearish, down. Then in that case, the dividend declaration will be less. Next is access to capital market. Reputed companies generally have easy access. Like if your father asks you to invest in some companies, then you will prefer them and you will tell them that Tata, Reliance, Birla, all are good companies. These are reputed companies. So everyone is ready to invest in it. But some companies still are there in India. Those who don't have very good reputation. No one is ready to invest in that. Who wants to invest in Nirav Modi's companies and that Vijay Mallya's companies? No, because they don't have reputation now. So the dividend decision or the investment is based on this one, that reputed companies will be preferable. The legal constraint. See, while declaring the dividend, company must follow the Companies Act. Companies Act original was 1956 and in 2013 that is amended. That's why it is now known as Indian Company Act 2013 amended. So legal constraint also there in dividend decision. The next is legal constraint means you have to follow, the companies has to follow the Companies Act. What are the restrictions are there? In the accounts class also today I gave you that example. In contractual constraints, while giving loans to a company, sometimes the lender, bank or financial institutions may impose some restrictions on the payment of dividend, because first, before declaring the dividend, they have to pay interest to these lenders or to the banks or to the financial institutions. That's why they impose certain restrictions, which is known as contractual constraints. So, my dear children, these are the factors everyone will keep in mind, every company will keep in mind while declaring their dividend, while taking the dividend decisions. And it's the simple question: if you are a finance manager of a company and company wants your opinion before declaring the dividend, what will be your opinion? What factors will you keep in mind before declaration of dividend? First is amount of earnings, stability of earnings. See, amount of earnings means if you are earning high, you will give more dividend. Stability of earning, if you are earning a stable income, your earnings are stable. Actually, dividend will be stable. Stability of dividend, it depends on the choice of the company. Then growth opportunity, if the company is having growth opportunity in future, they will keep more profits for future projects as retained earnings. Cash flow position is strong enough, they will declare dividend. Shareholders preference, if the shareholders are ready to take dividend, the company must have declared the dividend. It generally, dividend is based on the preference of the shareholders. Why the shareholders? Because the company is taking investment from the shareholders and they have to give some part of profit to the shareholders in return, which is known as dividend. So it depends on the shareholders' preference, what they want. Then taxation policy, as I explained you, if tax rate is high, the dividend will be less. Stock market reaction, bullish and bearish, access to capital market, reputed companies can easily give the dividend, declare the dividend. Legal constraint means follow the Companies Act. Contractual constraint means the companies will generally, if they have taken loans from banks or financial institutions, they have to follow some rules or which are imposed by the financial institutions or banks before declaring dividend. So today we completed these points. This is the major point, major topic I can say you. What are the factors which affects dividend decision? First of all, what is it? It is concerned with the disposal of profit. How much profit should we keep as retained earning? How much to be distributed as dividend? And then what are the factors which affects dividend decision? Amount of earnings. If you are earning high, if the company is earning high, they will declare more dividend. Stability of earning. Stable earning is there, then they will pay higher dividend, stable dividend. Stability of dividend. For the reputation of the company, company will declare stable dividend. Growth opportunities. If the company is having growth and expansion projects in future, they will declare less dividend in present. Cash flow position, if company has sufficient cash, they will declare the dividend. Shareholders preference, what the shareholders want. If they want regular income, company will declare dividend. If the shareholders want that the company will be, don't give the regular income, they will keep it as reserve for bonus shares, the company can do it. Generally, it is based on the preference of the shareholders. Then taxation policy. If government has imposed high tax, then no dividend will be there. Okay, I'm sure you must understood today's topic. Any doubt, then you can ask.